But probably the biggest news, would you say?
Yeah, I would say it's the biggest.
Is we have a brand new Doctor Who colorization.
What?
That's right. And I'm going to palm this one over to Josh Nez because they are our in-house Classic Who nerd. Crispy, it's not going to be you.
No.
Because you don't even know how to spell Classic Who.
I don't even know what it is.
Does it have a Z in it?
Classic Who for me is pre-Disney.
It's very exciting. We've got the announcement that the War Games has now been colorized. So this is like the Dalek colorization where they've cut it down into a smaller edit and they've colorized it as well. So it's very, very exciting because the War Games is a 10-part story. It's Patrick Troughton's regeneration story. It's really, really good. It doesn't really drag at 10 parts, which is surprising because it just location hops so much. But for this cut down edit, it's going to be, I think, 90 minutes. So basically, you're going from a 10-part story to the length of a 4-part story. So we're cutting like 6 episodes. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But one of the more exciting parts is that they found some of the location footage, the original 16mm print. So the image quality is massively different. So, and this was only found really recently. The original film editor did an interview with Radio Free Scaro, and he mentioned, I had some film reels because he used it for a show reel when he moved to America.
Oh my gosh.
So they were like, do you still have it? And look, and he still had it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. It's about 3 minutes in length, so it's not for the whole story. The whole story doesn't have all its film prints back. So basically, I think it's from the first couple episodes, we'll have it.
Did you say it was 35 mil?
No, 16 mil.
Okay, I
got it was 35, yeah, no. But it's still like a massive improvement because, they shot this stuff on film, but then they would transfer it to videotape back in the 60s and the image quality would massively go down. Whereas nowadays we can scan it and it's HD and it's great and it looks brilliant. And so this was only found back in September.
Wow.
So the colorization artists just had to redo the work they already done on those scenes.
Yeah, right.
Because the framing is different as well because the film print is more extended because it crops in when it's transferred to video.
Right.
So you're getting more image. So they can't just warp it over. They have to fill in the extra gaps as well. And because it's so much high definition, you need more detail in the color as well. So there's a lot more work on it, but they seem to have done a really good job. So I can't wait to see that.
I'm excited.
Amazing. I had no idea. Do they announce? How do you know this?
Oh, I have my secret sauce.
Okay, wow. That's such a fun fact.
Yes, it's really exciting. Because I heard about the location footage thing, but I didn't know if they actually had it or not. But it's exciting to see that now it's getting a release this soon as well.
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool because these the colorizations are just like a cool little event. Like it's another little Doctor Who thing for the calendar. But what's cool about this one is I've seen a few Troughton stories, but they're all ones that have been 5 episodes animated, 1 episode remaining. So this will be the first time I'm actually watching a full Troughton story.
Wow.
Which would be very interesting.
It's a good one. You're starting with his final one. But
that's interesting.
The War Games is a great story.
Cool.
I'm really interested to see what a 90-minute version will be. And some people feel a little bit weird about the cut down edits because obviously you're cutting out so much. So you're not getting the full story. But have you guys watched the Dalek colorization?
Yes.
I have.
What did you guys
I watched
think?
it a year ago in one day because they played it
Yes.
on the BBC 4 or whatever it was. And I was in the UK this time last year.
There you go.
So they played it on Doctor Who Day. And I arrived in Liverpool just before meeting Troy. I watched the colorization of the Dalek. I loved it. I had a great time.
It's fun.
There was a whole montage. There was a montage
The
scene.
last 30 minutes is
That was like a fever dream. But I had seen the first part of that story before. But I was really hyped because it was Doctor Who Day.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the point of them is to make them more approachable for new series audiences.
100%.
Because, I personally love black and white 60s Doctor Who. I love the slow pace and stuff like that. But, fitting 7 episodes in one day to watch is a big thing to process. But you can sit down for an hour and a half and watch a Doctor Who story and it's fun and exciting. I think they did a pretty good job considering the source material. But I can understand people's criticisms of it as well.
Yeah.
What did you think, Aidan? You saw it as well.
Yeah, I think the first half I really liked and I was super into it. And then the second half when it did feel like it just became a bit of a montage and the story probably isn't the best one to condense because it's so much back and forth, and it's like you can't cut out certain bits of it to make it work story-wise. So I understand that. But definitely, towards the back end, I was like, this is just so much. So much going on. But I thought it looked nice, and I feel like each time they do these colorizations, they're probably just going to get better and better, right? As they go, as software develops more, and they get better and better at doing it. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, it's really exciting as well as an Aussie because there's 3 Australians working. As far as I know, there might be more, because we've got Kieran Hyman, who's in Perth. We've got Aaron J. Klimas, who's in Canberra. And we've got Jacob Booth, who is known as Confession Dial on YouTube, who is doing a new regeneration for Patrick Troughton.
Very cool.
And you can actually watch his original version of that on his YouTube channel if you want to check that out. It's really, really cool. Have any of you seen it?
I feel like I have seen it. Yeah. Confession Dial rings the biggest bell.
Yeah. I think if you saw it, his work is really, really crazy good. He did a 6th Doctor regeneration scene as well from the Big Finish thing. Cool. It's really great, and that really inspired me to do my Big Finish animation of The Last Adventure. But so it's great to see some Australians working on it.
Oath. Bloody oath, mate.
Bloody oath, mate.
Oath. True blue Aussie. I'll get that one. So it's nice to see it's pretty good. I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited.
But so how do you guys feel about doing the colorizations? Are you into it or not?
We should do it. We should do the new one.
Yeah.
What we should make a new one?
No, we should review it.
War
games.
It does come out on Christmas, and I feel like we're going to have a handful at Christmas, but we'll do something for it.
Oh, is it on Christmas Day?
It's on the 23rd of December. A weird time to release it.
Yeah. We can do it in January or something.
Yeah, we can just do it a bit later,
Yeah.
But what do I think of it? I think I like it. I think it's cool to do something more accessible. I don't have a problem with it. I understand people having a preference between black and white and color, but it doesn't have to be they shouldn't make it. I don't think it taints the already existing thing. It's just another way for people to watch it. And for people that have maybe seen a lot of these stories 1,000 times before, it's maybe a interesting way that they can find a new connection with this story.
That's definitely what I get out of it, because I've seen all of classic and new series Doctor Who so many times that just seeing a new version is always just a fun way of re-experiencing it.
Yeah.
Plus with the war games, 10 episodes, you're not going to sit down one night and watch all 10 episodes in one go. So now you can sit down for 90 minutes and watch the story in a more condensed version and get something new out of it.
Absolutely.
Do you think it'll, are there any major plot threads or minor plot threads do you think they'll, chop completely?
I think there's a lot of, Doctor Who gets locked up in jail, then he gets released, then he's locked up in jail. I think they would just cut out some bits and somehow tie it together. Yeah, I haven't watched the War Games in a long time, so I'm really keen to see what they do to it. Listen to the full episode on the 50% Doctor Who podcast YouTube channel. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Josh Nez YouTube channel.